been debating with myself whether to talk about the big thing with Balan Wonderworld. You know what I mean, don't you? You know, all that carry on when it was released and everyone smelled blood and piled on for a feeding frenzy. I'll try my best not to. Look, I never want to be one of those guys, you know, who goes on YouTube and makes torturous patter void videos like, hey, that game you like is actually pish, and that game you don't like is actually great. I mean, I've accidentally made a few like that, but I've never done it deliberately. But here we are with Balan Wonderworld, a game almost universally derided, and I'm about to tell you that, you know what, it's good actually. Not great though, but that's okay. If you cut your teeth on classic 3D platformers, you'll know what to expect here. Weird and wonderful bosses to fight, colourful levels to explore, and lots of collecting. The big hook to the game is collectible costumes that you find. There's 80 of the things. You find a key, unlock a wee crystal, do a wee dance, and hey, you've got a new ability. What's nice is how simple it plays. Pretty much every button does exactly the same thing, and when you're wearing a costume you can only do the one thing it can do. Are you wearing a costume that lets you shoot fire? Well, pick your favourite button in the pad and odds are it will let you breathe fire. Don't go to the bookies with your odds of jumping though, because you'll lose your house. That's right, if you're not wearing a costume that jumps, you can't jump. Don't worry though, because you can have 3 costumes on you at once, and switching between them is easy peasy. So that's the idea. You find a load of costumes, choose a few that suit the level you're doing, and then poke away at the nooks and crannies to find these Balan statues. Basically Mario's stars or Donkey Kong 64's gold bananas. There are plenty of creative ideas at play in Balan Wonderworld, but it's a slow start. The first few levels are piss easy, and the keys are so close to the costume gems that you wonder, what's the point? It all feels a bit painting by numbers for a while, and the slightly stiff character handling and movement don't help. Give it a wee bit of time though, and that movement style makes sense. There's something deliberate and arcadey about it, and it means that the later, wilder costume abilities feel genuinely different from your normal self. Give the levels a bit of time too, and they start to open up. On the first few I picked up almost all the statues in my first visit, but later on I'd finish a level and realise I'd only picked up 1 or 2. That's where the repetition comes in, and if you don't like the kind of game where you go back and find new wee bits of places that you've been, you're not going to enjoy this at all. It's a bit of a shame that the latter half of the levels are locked off for a while though, because they have some of the best ideas. Some of the themes here are so inspired, like clockwork Parisian streets, mad brain-melting chess fortresses, and a never-ending carnival, although the music here isn't the best. Trust me though, that's the only bad track in the game. The music is incredible throughout, and it's all part of a package of really lovely production values. The visuals are beautiful, the short cutscenes are just sumptuous, lovely things, and the whole game feels like some wild childhood dreamscape. I should probably explain these wee guys jumping about. They're called Tims, and they live in the hub world. They eat the gems you collect, get bigger, bounce off each other, and make eggs. It's all very cute, and there's an opaque logic to the existence that's never explained, but slowly makes sense as you just potter about with them. Like how the colour of gems you feed them gives them different abilities when they follow you into levels. You're never told they'll help you find eggs or fight baddies, but they just start doing it, and you go, aha! I think that might be what turned a lot of folk off with Balan Wonderworld. It really explains nothing about itself at all, and you're left to just poke away at it to find the reason why anything that happens. In an age where every game has fully voiced characters basically telling you how to play it every step of the way, it's actually quite refreshing to just be dumped into something and feel your way through its distinct style and mechanics. It's not great though. For every clever bit of design or brilliant boss fight, there are little niggles that take the shine off. None are more tragic and game ruining than Balan's Bout, an awful quick time event that you can find in every level, where you just press the button at the right time and watch Balan punch rocks and stuff. It's not even that hard, just boring and rubbish and obviously rushed. Also, unless you're playing on PS5 like me, performance is patchy. I'd even go as far to say the Switch version plays so bad that it ruins the experience completely. And that's a shame, because there is something good here in the heart of Balan Wonderworld. I've said a few times in my reviews over the years that I'm a bit bored of games all playing and feeling the same. What's good about Balan Wonderworld is it feels like nothing else I've ever played, but it also reminds me of the games that I loved when I first started playing games in the N64. It's not for everyone, but it is for weirdos like me. So, in the words of Father Finton Stack, I've had my fun, and that's all that matters.